about a month, yes. We had to speed up, and we did so because we have a cooperation partner, and the TÜV certification was the standard we had to comply with, and there was many steps. There were many steps in office organization, and this takes some time. And you should actually give yourself the time. Okay, well, let me ask the TÜV. What would you recommend in terms of preparation time? No, the results are fine. They prepared well. And I think 1 month is okay. We don't leave the customers on their own. We send the information and we tell them what is necessary. So there is like a checklist so that the clubs are not completely unprepared for the audit. Okay, I have an EMS studio. What do I have to prepare? What needs to be there? How does the audit work? Well, the audit as such means that somebody comes and looks at the club, but also looks at the trainers' skills, the qualifications. Have they undergone training? Are there any security or safety standards? Is there a defibrillator? Is there a first aid kit? Or is it is the defibrillator accessible? Then we look at the EMS training area. Are there any dangerous corners where somebody actually can contract injuries? Then we look at the contract. So how is the trainee serviced? What are the things that are actually discussed in the first interview? When you come now, there is a stumbling stone that's not okay yet. How long do the club operators have time to sort it out, or do you have to refile the application? No, there is no time limit. We would come, we would not actually come for the second time, but we would just want the confirmation that this has sorted out, like a photograph, and the document would be enough. Fine. And the equipment itself, do you test the EMS equipment? During the audit, we do not test the EMS. We have a cooperation. So we look at the certificates issued by the equipment, by the PTs, the skilled trainers, and of course we also look whether the equipment is in perfect state. If we tested the equipment, then we would destroy the equipment. It would no longer work afterwards. Thank God you don't do this with our cars. Fine. What about you? On the customers, do they approach you? Do you advertise with your TÜV certification? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The TÜV Seal is used as a marketing tool, so we offensively use it. We use it for the social media, for instance. We're currently working to make it more visible outdoors so that people passing by our club or studio can see this. There's this TÜV signs that you can actually have to put them up on your walls. And the most important task is to use the TÜV certificate as a marketing tool. At this point, I would like to add, apart from having a USP, it is a standard by the TÜV, is safety standard-wise and in quality terms. And this was missing so far in the EMS market, I'd say. And I think we're going in the right direction here, so that the training remains safe and that the application is right of the system. You just made a very good point. Why did the inspection body decide to certify the clubs? Yes, exactly the point just mentioned. There's power, there's humidity, and you'd probably say, "Ooh, that's dangerous." Then the skills of the trainers. So there is no DIN standard for this, but we set a standard and said what is important. We need skilled trainers, we need safe pieces of equipment, and everything on site in terms of furnishings and first aid services must be available. There's certain checklists that you have to maintain, and this is in the interest of the consumers, but also in the interest of the club operators. How long is such a TÜV certificate valid? Do you have to re-audit every year, every 2 years, or every few months? So what is the period? Well, after the first certification, we actually visit the studios every 2 years, and as long as nothing changes, the certificate is maintained. And I would like to know how much such a certificate is. Well, it is between 700 and 800 euros. And when you actually re-audit, then of course there is an additional cost. But usually this cost also covers visits or mini audits over the next period. Are there differences between EMS certification of a classical fitness club and an EMS studio? Is there more special things that you test? We also certify and audit the fitness clubs, but the EMS studio certification is a completely different matter. We place more emphasis on the PT training. The equipment is not looked at with the exception of the general condition. So there is a clear differentiation between fitness clubs and EMS studios. How many certified EMS studios do we have in Germany? Right now, I can't tell you the number, but we're standing at roughly 50, I think. And, we have already new applications. This would have been my next question. So you're acting in all over Germany, even in neighboring countries. How far is your operating range? Right now, we offer certifications on a global scale. Initiated by Germany. Right now, we're only traveling across Germany, but we have received inquiries even from South Africa, from faraway countries. Well, great. Thank you very much for this information. Are there any questions on your part? Yes, I'll come down to you. Thank you. I come from Austria. And when will it be possible to obtain a TÜV certification for Austria? Can you give us like a period for this? You said that you've received inquiries from all over the world. When will you finally offer this? Well, if you like, next week. So it is possible to do it right now. It's not that you have 100 clubs on the waiting list. No, we are over there next week. You can do it short term. Realistically speaking, we need about a lead time of 1 month. Then you have to prepare for the certification. Give us maybe 4 additional weeks. So in 2 months, you're done. Well, I walk over here. Hello. I'm Gary from South Africa. Let's say we have studied sports scientists and physiotherapists. Would this be accepted as an alternative education, or does the trainer have to be an EMS trainer? Well, right now, we actually cooperate with the Gluckerkolleg because this is such a specific topic. It would be great to have the basics as a therapist, a physiotherapist, but you still require the EMS trainer education to use the system. For 7 years, we have operated studios, 7 studios, and after the certification, we profited from the Gluckerkolleg also for our certification. also after many, many years, the work with the glucocolleague was very helpful. Are there any additional questions? No, this is not the case. Great. Then thank you very much for your time and for answering all of the questions.